Listen up, because what I'm about to spill is straight out of royal drama land, and trust me, the tea is scorching. Prince Harry thought he had one thing left that was untouchable, one little slice of dignity he could cling to, no matter how far he drifted from Buckingham Palace or how messy things got with his family. That one thing? Invictus, his golden baby, his safe zone, his shining legacy. For years, Harry wrapped himself up in Invictus like armor. He built it from his heart, as a tribute to wounded warriors inspired by his own military service. And for the longest time, nobody could touch it. Not the tabloids, not the critics, not even the palace. Invictus was supposed to be beyond all that noise, a celebration of strength, healing, and resilience. But honey, let me tell you, the cracks are showing. And this time, it's not just the media sharpening their knives. Oh no. This time, it's his own blood. Picture this. Harry, trying to extend what he thought was an olive branch. He actually sent a formal request to King Charles and Prince William, asking them to stand beside him at the 2027 Invictus Games. Can you imagine? He framed it as unity, not for the cameras, not for royal PR, but for the veterans. A way to say, look, we may be fractured as a family, but service still comes first. But guess what? That olive branch snapped in half and tossed right back at him. Charles and William didn't just say no. They didn't sugarcoat it, didn't even bother with a polite excuse. It was a cold, flat-out rejection. Period. End of story. And let's be real, that cut deeper than a sword. Because Invictus wasn't just a project, it was Harry's identity outside the royal bubble. It gave him purpose, respect, and a shield against the constant criticism. But now, even that sacred ground is slipping away. And don't be fooled, this wasn't some petty little family snub. Oh no, darling, this was calculated, strategic. Charles and William each had their own reasons, and they weren't holding back. For Charles, it's crystal clear. Protecting the monarchy comes before everything, even fatherhood. His reign is already wobbling under public scrutiny, scandals, and endless drama. Letting Harry waltz back into the royal spotlight without repentance? That would send the worst possible message. It would scream, you can trash the crown, mock the family, cash in with a memoir, and still come running back when it suits you. Charles wasn't having it. He slammed that door shut. But William? Oh, his rejection hit different. This wasn't about optics. It was personal, raw, and loaded with years of anger. Forget Spare, forget the Netflix saga, forget the interviews. That brotherly bond, it's been cracked for years, and Harry's attempt to use Invictus as a reunion stage only deepened the wound. William saw it as nothing more than a performance, a fake little photo op designed to soften the image of a brother he no longer trusts. For him, Invictus wasn't a symbol of healing, it was Harry's power play, and William wasn't going to give him that satisfaction. But here's where the real storm brews. It's not just the palace shutting him down anymore. Oh no, the whispers are now coming from the heart of Invictus itself, from veterans, donors, and sponsors who once worshipped him, and their message: brutal. They're saying, Invictus isn't therapy for your royal family drama. This is about us, the fighters, the survivors, the ones who actually fought battles you'll never see in tabloids. Don't hijack our stage for your redemption tour. Some veterans are reportedly furious, livid even. They feel Harry's twisting their platform into his personal PR rehab. Instead of honoring warriors, they think it's all about visibility. And let's be honest, there's a sting of truth in that. Harry used to proudly say, "This is mine." Invictus was his untouchable crown jewel, but now, stripped of royal favor, cut off from titles and weighed down by a shifting public mood, he's leaning on Invictus harder than ever. And under that weight, it's starting to crack. And the irony? Oh, it's painful. In trying to use Invictus to stitch his family together, Harry may have just ripped it apart. The palace has iced him out, the public is growing cold, and the very veterans he wanted to uplift are questioning if he's become the liability. This wasn't just a no to a photo op. This was a no to the idea that Harry even belongs in the room anymore. And let me tell you, that's a rejection he cannot spin. And oh darling, the fallout, it came fast and it came hard. Within just days of that royal rejection going public, whispers started rippling through the Invictus Games Foundation. Donors, those big-name sponsors who once proudly flaunted their logos alongside Harry's mission, suddenly weren't so sure anymore. And not because they don't care about veterans, no, that wasn't it. They were questioning their investments because of one thing: drama. Let's be real, sponsors don't like chaos. They want headlines filled with inspiration, resilience, and heartwarming stories. They want glossy photos of wounded warriors defying the odds, not tabloids plastered with "Harry rejected by royals" or "no room for traitors." That's not the brand image they signed up for. And behind the scenes, oh, it's getting messier. Some corporate backers are allegedly asking hard questions, like, if Harry keeps dragging Invictus into his royal soap opera, can this thing survive? Can it even thrive? Because let's face it, when the palace itself is distancing from Harry, even at an event for veterans, what does that say to the world? And then comes William, cold, deliberate, and absolutely ruthless in his silence. Insiders swear this wasn't just about rejecting a photo op. No, William was drawing a permanent line in the sand. To him, Harry crossed it long ago, with Oprah, with Spare, with every media bombshell since. Each appearance wasn't just airing dirty laundry, it was betrayal stacked on betrayal. So William's stance is crystal clear. No more playing nice. No more pretending this is just a family spat. This is war. A quiet war, sure, but still war. And for William, saying yes to Invictus would have been surrender. It would have looked like forgiveness. Or worse, forgiveness without accountability. And trust me, he's not about to let Harry rewrite that narrative. Charles, on the other hand, plays it differently. He doesn't rage, he calculates. He's the king now, every move weighed against centuries of history. To him, letting Harry back in risks crumbling the armor of the monarchy. The public would see weakness, traditionalists would scream betrayal. So Charles chose the crown over his son, legacy over family. That's the kind of coldness only a monarch can pull off. But let's not pretend the veterans haven't noticed. Many of them, the very soul of Invictus, are speaking with growing unease. Some whisper that Harry's using their sacrifices to polish his own image. Others believe the games, once sacred, are being hijacked by royal baggage. And the phrase that keeps echoing louder? No room for traitors. Can you even imagine? Veterans who once called Harry a brother in arms now questioning his place among them. That's not just brutal, it's heartbreaking. And Harry? Sources say he's blindsided. He truly believed Invictus would be the bridge, that his family would meet him halfway, if not for him, then for the cause. But what did he get? Silence. No phone calls, no quiet text messages, just emptiness. That silence, it cut deeper than any headline because now it's not just a family feud, it's something worse, irrelevance. If Invictus no longer sees him as the center, then what's left? Meghan's Netflix deals, podcasts, media appearances? Without Invictus, Harry risks becoming nothing more than a man clinging to old titles and fading fame. And let's talk about inside the Invictus headquarters. The atmosphere? Tense. Where there used to be admiration, there's caution now. Senior figures who once praised Harry's passion are suddenly careful. Off the record, some even admit it feels different now, that the man who once inspired has become a magnet for the wrong kind of attention. And whispers are starting, very quiet but very real. Could Invictus survive without Harry? Could it evolve into something bigger than one man? A board-driven mission rather than a one-faced brand. It sounds unthinkable, but trust me, people are thinking it because veterans didn't sign up to be extras in a royal soap opera. They came to showcase strength, resilience, and unity. Yet instead of headlines about amputees running marathons or soldiers finding purpose after trauma, the spotlight is fixated on Harry's feud. And that cheapens everything Invictus stood for. Public opinion isn't helping either. Social media is merciless. Every Invictus update now draws polarized chaos. Some still defend Harry, saying he's misunderstood, just a veteran trying to do good, but more and more people have turned on him. They call him a distraction, a liability, a man who traded tradition for attention. And while Harry might shrug off tabloid trolls, the games can't afford it. Not when survival depends on donors, corporate sponsors, and public trust. What makes this so painful, so gut-wrenching, is that Invictus really did start as something pure. Harry didn't just slap his name on it, he built it. He fundraised, he traveled, he showed up for the competitors, he blended in with veterans not as a prince, but as one of them. That authenticity, that was the magic. That's why people cared. But the Harry we see now, he's no longer just the founder of Invictus. He's the star of an endless royal soap opera. Every whisper from the palace, every media stunt, every feud, it overshadows the mission. And when your mission is supposed to be sacrifice, dignity, and service, that kind of drama can turn toxic fast. Inside royal circles, the message is loud and brutal. No room for traitors. And it's echoing far beyond the palace. Because the king has chosen legacy. William has chosen boundaries. And they've done it in the most public, unflinching way possible. And where does that leave Harry? Standing awkwardly in a no man's land. Too far from the crown to be royal. Too embroiled in drama to be neutral. And now, possibly too controversial to even lead his own creation. Meghan's ventures? Sure, they're still chugging along. Netflix, podcasts, speeches, but Invictus was supposed to be Harry's thing, his legacy, his safe zone. And now, even that might be slipping through his fingers.